Welcome to the video learning for the Citizens' Advice, Aims and Principles, and how these principles are applied in practice. In order to get the best out of this short learning package, you may wish to use a pen and paper to make any notes of questions you want to ask. You may also need a quiet space to view this video. We'll provide links to other materials that add value to your learning. To recap on Citizens' Advice, Aims and Principles, the service is here for everyone. We help people manage and overcome their problems. We also help campaign and influence change on big issues that affect our clients by capturing information that can be used as evidence. To do this, our principles define our service as free, independent, confidential and impartial advice to everyone on their rights and responsibilities. We value diversity, champion equality, challenge discrimination and harassment. Our service is free, and we will never ask for any donations or anything towards the cost of providing our services. All our officers and the National Citizens Advice Service are registered charities. In order to provide our services, we rely on funding at a local and a national level. We also access funds for specific client-facing services, such as PensionWise and Help to Claim. Although we are part funded by national and local government, we work independently and are not influenced by their agenda. We take confidentiality and data protection very seriously. For example, we will never disclose whether a client has come to use the service unless the client has given us their explicit, written permission to do so. Only in exceptional circumstances, such as in a medical emergency, are we able to disclose any information. This is never your decision to take, but your manager will follow national guidelines if this were to happen. We are independent, even though our funding may come from the local government. We are a client-driven charity, and we act in line with our own aims and principles, not those of any other organisation or the government. We are impartial and don't take sides. We're here to help the client, whoever they are and whatever the problem. We treat all clients with the same respect and the same commitment. To help us live our principles, we challenge discrimination and promote equality and value diversity. Our equality strategy emphasises that our equality principles are all rooted in, but go beyond our legal obligations. This means that we take into account all the characteristics protected under the 2010 Equality Act: age, disability, gender reassignment, marriage and civil partnership, pregnancy and maternity, race, religion and belief, sex and sexual orientation, as well as other key equality issues such as class and income, rural isolation, and difficulties with reading and writing. We attract people from different backgrounds to volunteer and work for us so that we provide a better service to all our clients reflecting the local population. Through diversity, we can learn from each other's experiences and use what we learn when we're working with clients. We are committed to helping a wide range of volunteers and employees meet the competencies they need to do their jobs well. As a next step, let's look at what our principles look like in practice, using some extract scenarios which illustrate our principles. We recommend that you read the Principles in Practice self-study pack once you've started in the local office. We offer a free service. A client has been helped with a complicated housing problem, and at last she's been rehoused. She comes into the office with a large box of chocolates for the staff. What do you think you should do? You don't want to hurt the client's feelings, so you thank the client, explain that payment is unnecessary, and tell her you will share them with the rest of the team. Tell your supervisor about the gift and what it's for. A phone conversation. Yes, I've been at the Citizens Advice Office all day today. Yes, I do enjoy it. It's hard work, but we get some really interesting cases. I've been trying to help a young woman who's just been fired, and she's up to her ears in debt. Mind you, her employer's well known for this kind of thing. Apparently, his business is going under, and frankly, I'm not surprised. There's not much call for a delicatessen in the high street now that Sainsbury's has moved in. Has the advisor broken confidentiality? Phone calls should be made where other clients cannot overhear. You should take care not to give details which could identify people, such as names and the area they live in and places they work. You're helping a new client who's applied to be rehoused by the council. When you ask them for their name and address, the client says, "All of my details are on the form I filled in at your housing office. Haven't you got it on your computer?" What might you need to say to the client? You'll need to explain that Citizens Advice is not part of the local authority. It's independent. We do not share information with the council. Check the information that the client has given you is complete. There may be things that they didn't want to tell the council which have some bearing on their problem. Carmel finds herself in the interview room with a man who smells as if he hasn't washed for some time. His hair's matted and his clothes are filthy. Her instinct is to end the interview as soon as she can, but she persists. She finds out that he has a serious health problem and has no GP because he's sleeping rough. She finds a practice that will take him on and advises him on possible housing options. Sometimes impartiality is difficult, and we can feel uncomfortable to think about our own attitudes. It's tempting to pretend we don't have any, or to claim that they don't matter. But in reality, our work can be seriously affected if we do this. Carmel has to recognise and then put aside her own feelings in order to give the clients a good service. You've now completed the activities for the second part of your induction. Please continue with the next part on the inquiry area.